Welcome back, Hawk fans. I'm here with your on-campus interview. I'm Cheyenne Jacobs, and I'm here with a DSU baseball player. I'll have you introduce yourself.
My name is Michael Gonzalez. I'm on the baseball team here at DSU.
Perfect. All right, so what inspired you to start playing baseball?
What inspired me was when I was younger. My whole family has always played baseball throughout my mom and my dad's side of the family, and I'd say from family-wise, that's probably the best inspiration for me to keep playing.
Yeah. And why did you choose DSU? Like, what kind of led you to choose DSU?
Before I came here, I was at St. Cloud, and I had a semester break, and I went back home in Tucson, Arizona, where I'm from. And my roommate was actually here on the team beforehand. And then from there, he was like, you should come out and like watch us play. And I was like, okay. Talked with Dahl. Dahl's like, would you want to come play again? I was like, I don't see why not. So then I ended up getting an opportunity to play baseball again.
That's fun.
Mm-hmm.
That's really exciting. Have you had any influential coaches? If so, how did they kind of change you as a person?
Okay. At my high school, at Empire High School, I had a coach named Gino Strubing. He actually led me to my JUCO, which is Rainy River Community College. So Gino helped me throughout the whole years of me being in high school and like becoming a better person, baseball player. And then when I went to JUCO, my coach, Josh Koenig, he helped me a lot trying to find different schools and make sure I stay on top of my stuff with like academics and baseball and just being a good person in general.
Yeah, for sure. What has been the most memorable part of being a part of the DSU baseball team?
There's a lot. Let's see. I would say just anytime we just have any home game, like it's always like every single time there's a lot of fans out. The energy is just different when you're playing at home. So yeah. I'd say that's probably the best memories.
I definitely get that. How do you balance your academics and other extracurriculars with baseball?
Well, I'm usually an early bird, so I try getting everything done pretty early in the morning just because I do an internship here at the school. I have strength and conditioning with Murphy. So every time I'm like in between like breaks I have, I always try to do any type of schoolwork. And then later in the night when we have practice, I try to have as much free time as I can during that time. Yeah,
for sure. You guys have already started your season. You guys were at Dakota Wesleyan?
Yeah.
And you guys won your first 2 games, correct?
Yes.
So what are your team's goals for this spring season?
During the spring, I would say for us to just stay confident no matter what, in life, everything's going to happen very fast and how there's going to be a lot of stuff that's good and bad, and we just need to overcome those obstacles when we reach them and just let us be us and just have fun on the field.
Yeah. And this is kind of a fun question. If you could play in any stadium in the whole world, what would it be?
I would say Yankee Stadium, just because that's my dad and I favorite stadium to play or look at, and just we've always wanted to go there no matter what.
Yeah. We ask everyone on Hawk Talk this. So what does DSU mean to you?
Ooh. For me, I would just say one word, just home, just because ever since I've been here, it's just everyone's been super nice to me. The staff and like all the coaches here have been super kind and just like very welcome with open arms, and I would just say it's just home. Like I've honestly felt like I've been here for so long, even though last year was my first year, and it just feels like I've been here since my freshman year.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Well, thank you so much for coming on for baseball. Good luck with the rest of your season. And after this break, we'll go to your in-studio interview.
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson, and I am joined with one of our shooting sports members. I'll have you introduce yourself.
Hi everyone, my name is Victoria Moreno, and I am a junior here at DSU, and I'm the current shooting sports president at DSU.
Awesome. What brought you to DSU?
You know, honestly, I am not from North Dakota. I'm from Arizona originally, but I moved here about 7 years ago, and I graduated from DHS, and I just wanted to continue on that legacy of staying in town and staying with people that I knew. And, you know, the opportunities at DSU, they're just endless.
Yeah. That might be the first person I've ever heard move from Arizona to North Dakota and be like, you know, I want to stay in North Dakota. Hey, North Dakota's cool, but hey. So shooting sports is relatively new to DSU. It's one of the sports they brought in to start this school year, along with women's wrestling. Can you just kind of explain to the people who may not know, like myself, what is shooting sports? What do you guys do?
Yeah, definitely. So right now, shooting sports, we primarily focus on trap shooting. So it's clay pigeon sports shooting. So we take a semi-automatic 12 gauge, 20 gauge, whatever shotgun you use, and then you go out there and there's a house with different stations, and then throughout those stations you have an opportunity to shoot at those clay targets.
Okay.
We're hoping to expand to do long range and air rifle along with archery. We're looking into doing archery for this season as well.
Okay. So what time do you guys typically compete during the years? Is it like when it's just warm out, like beginning, end of the year, both those kind of times? Or how does it work?
Typically, yes. So our fall season starts in September, and it's a really short season. It starts mid-September and goes until the end of October, and then Nationals is in November right after that. And then our spring season this year is starting. Technically, it starts over spring break, but we're going to be starting after spring break, and then it goes until the week of finals week.
Okay, so you guys have a ton of time, though. I kind of figure it's one of those things, if it's nice outside, you guys are going to go out and shoot.
Yeah, definitely.
Probably not something you can really do indoors either. So how do you guys do your practice? Like, what do you guys do in between those two seasons? How are you staying, I guess, quote-unquote, locked in for a shooting sports season?
We do currently have a VR headset that allows us to do our discipline to practice, and it's a really neat setup where the VR headset and the controls lock into a gun almost, and you can set the weight so it matches what your personal shotgun weighs. So you're still getting in the range of motion and you're still practicing like you should. Other than that, really, it's just personal preference. We shoot rain, snow, sleet, shine. We'll be out there shooting as long as we have the opportunity.
Spoken like a true North Dakotan. I'd love to hear it. If someone wanted to join the shooting sports team, how would they go about it? Is there someone they can contact? Do they talk to you? How would they go about that?
Definitely. They can contact myself, or they can contact our head coach, Russ Kaiser.
Okay, sounds good. Here's our kind of curveball question of the day. You're only allowed to eat one food for the rest of your life. What food is it and why?
Hands down, crab. Crab is my favorite food by far. And you can have it so many different ways, too. You can't just eat it just straight up with crab. You can have butter rolls, lobster rolls, but with crab instead.
Surf and turf?
Surf and turf.
Surf and turf?
Exactly. Can't go wrong with crab.
That is a great answer. I was not expecting that. That kind of caught me off guard. All right, final question. We ask this to everybody who comes on Hawk Talk. What does DSU mean to you?
DSU to me means creating legacy.
Ooh.
So being first generation that graduated in a North Dakota school. I'll be the first one to graduate from a North Dakota college as well in my family. So I'm creating that legacy not only for myself, but for my future students when I'm teaching as well.
That's awesome. That might be a top 5 answer we've had to that question.
Thank you.
I'm not gonna lie. We kind of talked off camera about how people kind of give the same answers a lot, but that was really good. I was not ready for that. All right, well, that is everything. Thank you for coming on.
Of course.
We'll see you guys next week.
I'm Cash Randle, and I'm here with 60 Seconds with Orton. Mr. Orton, can you sell me this pen?
Oh, yeah, I saw this movie too.
Did you? Okay.
Well, hold it. Here, I gotta do something. Okay, it's yours now.
It's mine now?
Yeah.
What do I have to pay for it?
Nothing. You
Nothing.
can have it. That's my free gift. You'll come back.
I'll come back.
I'll sell you something bigger.
Ooh, hear that. Sales advice. All right.
What up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch back with your DSU Weekly Sports Recap. Both men's and women's wrestling finished up their season this week at the national tournament, so congrats to those individuals who got to compete and know that you represented the Blue Hawks well. The men's basketball team found out who they will be taking on at the national championship. The Blue Hawks will travel to take on the number 2 seed Dort in Iowa. This will be taking place this Friday, so be sure to tune in and watch the Hawks. The softball team has been playing in Arizona. So far, their record down south is 2-3, and the ladies will take on the field 5 more times before they head back to Dickinson State. The baseball team is also in Arizona for spring break ball. So far, the guys are 1-1 on the field, and they have about 6 more games before they head back to North Dakota to start their NSAA preseason tournament. Finally, the cheer team headed to the conference tournament last weekend, and the cheer team took second place. Coach Seeby was named co-head coach of the year, so congrats to the cheer team and keep working hard. That's all I got for you guys this week. Thank you to our sponsors Consolidated for the continued support, Until next time, Hawks are up.